Introducing myself, my name is Drew Schulte, and I'm a systems engineer here at Agility. Today we'll be talking about the importance of meetings and team collaboration. We'll be looking at problems with traditional and online meetings. We'll be looking at meeting rooms and different features inside the room, and we'll be looking at recordings and how we can use recordings to solve problems. Throughout this presentation, if you have any questions, please put them in the chat. At the end, I'd be more than happy to answer those along with any other questions people might have. I wanted to start out and ask everyone to think about how you conduct a meeting with your coworkers, a team you might be on, or the management meetings you have. Then if everyone could think of a meeting that went really well and also a meeting that went really bad. What makes a bad meeting and how do we get all of our meetings to have the intended outcome we're after? How do you make it a good meeting? How do you make sure everyone is keeping up with the tasks they've been assigned or everyone is using the same documents or materials? Using the correct business tools can not only increase productivity, but also get to the results faster with less confusion and errors along the way. Let's talk about traditional meetings and then some of the problems we have with them. In a traditional meeting, we gather in a huddle or conference room. We talk about the issue at hand. We share and go over information. We take notes. We tell people what they're responsible for and, what their follow-ups are. And then, everyone goes back, about their day until the next time we have a meeting with this group. Some of the problems that we run into are confusion with tasks that are being assigned out, missing documentation or materials and not knowing where to go find them at, and really forgetting about items that were talked about in the meeting, or maybe even disagreeing with items that have been discussed in previous meetings. These are some of the problems with traditional meetings that we have. And then you mix in your online meetings with everything. Online meetings have become the new normal, and really that's great. Everybody's moving forward with technology, but online meetings do have some of their own problems. Some of the benefits of online meetings is having the ability really to join from anywhere. You don't have to drive to a client's site to meet face-to-face anymore. If you have multiple offices to hold a team meeting or a company meeting, with online meetings, this is really simple now. With online meetings, you save time, you're saving money, you're not spending time driving to a customer site, you're not spending money on travel expenses, you're simply sending out an email with an invite. But what happens in a traditional online meeting? Just like we are now, everyone joins. We talk about a topic or go over something, and then everybody clicks the little X and everybody leaves. Once everybody leaves the meeting, really what we're hoping for is somebody, maybe they took notes, or, did they remember, all the information that's being assigned to them, or any tasks that they have, or any follow-ups that they might have. And really what we're hoping for is everything that was discussed in the meeting is actually being remembered and retained by each individual. What if there was a way to have an online meeting, but to also have full collaboration before, during, and after your meeting? What I want to show you guys is a powerful tool we use here at Agility that helps us fix the problems you have with both traditional and online meetings. And really, before we go over this, something that I really want to point out to everybody, if you're with Agility and you're using the ONTAP platform, what we're going to go over today, this is already included in your subscription, which means if you're on the ONTAP platform, you already have access to this. So if you're not using this, please reach out to us so we can get that going for you guys. But what we're going to be going over today is a platform called Spaces. This is the tool we use to solve problems. This platform is a powerful meeting and team collaboration tool for the changing workplace. This tool, it helps me streamline my day and pull my day together. When you get into the office in the morning, how often do you find yourself, thinking about all the things you need to get done throughout the day and then getting sidetracked and, really never refocusing yourself? In the next couple slides, what we'll be looking at and what we're going to do is we're going to go over this program, go over how to use it, and then we're going to talk about how you can use this program to help solve some of your problems. Before we get into what the program does, what I want to talk about is how you get into the actual application, because this is really important. Spaces is slightly different when it comes to your online meeting programs because you don't need to download or install anything. Most programs, just to get into the meeting, you have to download a little client. It runs through an install process, and then you get into the meeting. When it comes to running the meeting, that part right there seems to be the biggest challenge of getting people not only into the meeting, but getting them in on time. Spaces isn't like that. It's a completely web-based program that uses real-time communication. So if you're a user, you would simply browse to a login screen and log in. Once you're in, you'll have your full dashboard with all your different spaces. To invite someone to a meeting inside of your space, you would simply click invite people. From there, you can select users inside your organization. You can send somebody just a link if you wanted to IM in a link or something like that, or you can send out an invite email. The receiving party is shown on the right side. They're going to get an invite. For them to join, again, there's nothing they need to download. They would simply click join. What it's going to do is it's going to open up a web browser, and they could either click on join as a guest, and you can get right into the space that way. Or if you're another Spaces member and you already have a Spaces account, you can log in with your Spaces account, which is going to bring over your picture and your name and all that stuff as well. Since this program is browser-based, you can access it from anywhere you have an internet connection, which gives you even more flexibility. This program, it is more than just hosting a meeting for a team or group. This program, it really does bring it all together. It's going to give you a continuous team or meeting room that's also going to have the ability to have built-in audio and video conferencing inside of that room. Inside there, it allows you to keep track and organize all of your documents and tasks, before the meeting, during the meeting, and after your meeting. Everything is organized in a space with a full record of all the contributions from all the different team members. I wanted to ask everyone, how do you keep meetings from all your different teams and departments organized? A way we keep everything organized on our side is we created a space for all the different teams we have at Agility, all the different departments inside of our organization, and we actually have a few different spaces created for some of the projects we're working on. By making an individual space for each department, team, or project, this is a really easy way to help you keep everything separated out and organized. Once the room is created, anyone that belongs to the space can upload documents. They can assign a task to any other teammates inside of that space. All of your recorded meetings are going to be stored right there. And it's really just a nice centralized area to collaborate and work together as a team or group. On the slide right here, I created a weekly sales space. Most companies, they're going to have a sales team, and most sales team tend to have sales meetings. Inside our sales space, like on our side, not only do we do our weekly video meetings here, but the manager uses it to chat amongst the team. They upload documents here like current specials, so everybody has the exact same copy. And another way we use this space is we actually use it for product training as well. Recently or all the times, new product and you have to get trained on these products, and it happens all the time. So, on our side, we have a manager that goes in and they create a training task for each individual salesperson that's a part of this space. They upload all the product training in there, and then they set due dates for everybody. And inside of this meeting space, now you have a really simple way to keep track of, what everyone's doing if you assign different tasks out for people, and you have a way to make sure everyone's getting the exact same documents and materials. Here at Agility, almost all of our meetings are business related, whether it's our support space, our sales space, or, ones we're doing with our customers. However, we have created a couple fun ones as well. One of the spaces we created here at Agility is our Get Fit and Healthy space. Right now, we're kind of in a weird work environment and everyone's working from home, so we have a space created for that. And inside of here, we just share, different workout routines, healthy meal plans, and, just how we're all doing with our goals. I've personally gone and done a few posts myself. I've shared out different recipes I've also gone in and created tasks to help keep me on track with my workouts. And inside of this group, we have our weekly meetings that we kind of go over everything. But it's kind of funny because during these meetings, it's actually encouraged to join from your mobile phone and either go outside for a walk or even exercise during the meeting. Being able to join from multiple devices, it really does give you true flexibility with the products that you're using. And that kind of brings us into, kind of what's going on right now with hybrid work environments. Someone recently reached out to us and asked us the question, we have people returning to the office and we want to still use spaces, but we want to use our conference room as well. And really this is the new mixed work environment that most companies are in right now, with people in the office, people working from home, and kind of going back and forth. When people are at home, they're joining from their laptop, which, typically has a built-in camera and microphone. When you go into the conference room, there are devices out there specifically designed for this. There are going to be different tools that have, or different products that have built-in cameras, speakers, and microphones specifically designed for a conference room that's going to allow you to then be able to join from a conference room to still be able to access this space. Typically these cameras, they're more wide angle type of cameras, so you can capture everyone at an entire table. Once you put devices like this in your conference room, now really you can join from anywhere, whether you're at home, whether at your desk at the workplace, whether you're in a conference room, whether you're on the go on your cell phone, you can really kind of join from everywhere, anywhere and everywhere, and still collaborate as a team. Being in support, we get asked all kinds of different things. And somebody recently asked, hey, we missed a meeting. How do I go back and see it? Well, this kind of brings us into recordings and how we use recordings. Like most applications, you have the ability to go in and record a meeting. What's nice about this is when you log into your space, or when you first log in, you're going to click on, let's say, your sales space, or for me, I click on our support space. And when I go in there, I'm going to see all the different things inside there, when a meeting occurred, did somebody chat, or did somebody post something in there. But if somebody actually records a meeting, that shows up right there as well. And all you do is simply click play. So let's say somebody on the team was sick for the day and you guys had a meeting. When that particular person comes back into the office, when they log into their space, right there on their main message board or the chat area, they're going to easily see that recorded meeting. They can then go in and watch it, and they're not going to have to do any additional work. They're not going to go have to ask somebody or try and track down this meeting, or even ask maybe what was on it because it wasn't recorded. I mean, it just shows up right in that space for whatever that is, if it was sales, support, or just whatever you've created. What's also nice about the recordings is, let's say you're working on a long-term project, being able to go back and maybe rewatch a meeting from a couple months ago, or maybe just skip to a part that you want to reference in a meeting. This can be a huge help. It's going to save you time, and it's going to make sure everything's being done correctly. It's going to make sure there's no question about what was being talked about in that meeting. You could simply go back to it and just reference it from a couple months ago and skip to the part where you're talking about a particular topic. So, recording the meetings, that has been a huge help on our part. And I find myself going back and rewatching recorded meetings all the time whenever we're talking about stuff, in particular when I'm doing these with customers, because now I can reference anything that was talked about during that call, and there's never a question of, oh, was this discussed with the customer? Was that discussed with the customer? It's all right there, and it's really convenient for us. When looking at other meeting applications, you join a meeting, you have a meeting, and then when the meeting's over, everything goes away. What's really nice about this program, since it's more than a meeting, it's the full team collaboration that just has meetings built into it, but it keeps track of everything before the meeting, during the meeting, after the meeting, and then when you have your next meeting, everything's still right there in a single spot under your message board. Since everything is stored in the cloud and is web browser based, every time you log in and click on the space, it's all right there. You don't have to download anything or sync anything or do anything. It's just you log in, you click on whatever space you want to get into, and all the information is right there. And even stuff will show up even when you're not in there if other members of the team contribute to it. It's going to have all your meetings, your recordings, your chats, files, posts, and anything that might be assigned to you. Something that's really nice about this program is it does work with other applications as well. Like most programs, if you can make the two sync together, it makes things a lot easier to use. Let's say you're using Outlook. Inside of your Outlook calendar, when you open up a meeting invite, from here you just select your meeting room and it'll add it in there for you, and then you click on send. So, if you're traditionally go into your Outlook calendar to send meeting invites, you don't have to go into the Avaya space to send out the meeting invite. You can do it directly from Outlook. And if you're not using Outlook, if you're using G Suite, Office 365, or what other platform you're using, this integrates kind of across the board with all the different platforms that are out there, which makes it really convenient and easy to use. This brings me to kind of the end for today. I didn't want to take too much time of your time. I just wanted to briefly touch base on this application. If anybody does want to see a full demo of how this program is used, please reach out to us and we'd be happy to set that up. In summary, I just wanted to make sure everyone was aware, if you are using the ONTAP platform, again, this is already included with your subscription. So if you're not using Spaces and you're on the ONTAP platform, please reach out to us and we'll get that set up right away for you guys. As you can see, this is a meeting program, but it's a lot more than just a quick video or a quick audio meeting. It's a full collaboration tool that's going to be there before the meeting, during the meeting, and after the meeting. And inside of that meeting space, you can chat, you can create posts, you can assign tasks, you can share different documents out with people and different content, and then you can still have your audio and video meeting. And then when that's over, all that information is still right there. And again, it's really nice to go in and have your meetings recorded. It'll show up as a post. It's really simple to use, and it's just really nice if you have somebody sick for the day, or again, if you just want to reference something that might have taken place, a month or two ago. It's really nice with the recorded meetings. As always, if you have any questions, please reach out to us. Support can be reached through the portal. You can call into us, or you can simply send us an email at support@agilitycg.com. If anyone has any questions, I'd be happy to answer those now. I'm going to go ahead and unmute everybody. And yeah, if you have any questions, please ask away. Again, if anyone has any questions, I'd be happy to answer those now. And if anybody would like to see a full demo of the actual application, I would be happy to go in and get that set up for anybody as well. If nobody has any questions, everybody have a great day. And again, if you guys need anything, please reach out to us. We'd be happy to assist or help you guys out with anything that you might need. Thanks, everybody.